We're going to hit that button. Welcome to the Idiocracy Banana Joe's Republic, episode 15. I'm your host and something or other, Thor Ramsey, fighting the rising tide of wokeness one joke at a time. It's not an easy task, I'm telling you. There is so much insanity happening every day, it's hard to keep up. Banana Joe called her VPness President Harris twice. Then he put her in charge of the border crisis. Has an American president ever run a coup against himself? Is that even possible? Harry Truman was known for the buck stops here. Biden will be known for, here, hold this bomb. Wow. Okay, on to the idiocracy. Mathematics is now accused of being racist. And I quote, "The concept of mathematics being purely objective is unequivocally false." Wow. If 2 plus 2 equals 4 is something different in your world, well, then you clearly helped count the votes in the last presidential election. The Biden administration is cracking down on the space program. Astronaut James Glopper has been reassigned after refusing to wear a mask under his space helmet. He was quoted as saying, "I'm alone in space." You mask fanatics. Yes, I'm frustrated with the lemming mentality of the cult of mask. You're not wearing a mask because of science. You're wearing a mask because somebody on TV told you to. Therein lies the real authority in our lives. And it was at this point they cut off his oxygen. Here's how to get people to stop wearing masks. Start spreading the rumor that masks cause cancer. I'm not asking you to lie. I'm just saying, start a rumor. Now on to our American book burning updates. After selling it for 3 years, Amazon removed the trans-critical book When Harry Became Sally because of their no hurt feelings policy. No worries, though. You can still buy Mein Kampf. It's a shame the book When Harry Became Sally has been canceled because Billy Crystal was all set to play both leads in the movie version. AOC introduced a new plan to build an enormous extension cord that will plug directly into the sun. When Republicans criticized her plan as being impractical, she said they were racist. New York's Governor Cuomo won a second Emmy for acting like he cares about old people. Congratulations, Governor Cuomo. The White House press secretary's voice and fast-growing catchphrase will be used in a new GPS to let you know what to do when you've gone past your desired destination. So, if you know her catchphrase, you can fill in the rest of that punchline for yourself. When questioned about China, Biden said culturally there are different norms that leaders are expected to follow. So there you go. So what's he telling us? What the Nazis did to the Jews was merely cultural? Throwing Christians to the lions? That was a cultural norm. The ancient president of PETA expressed her delight by saying, "At least these lions are being fed a proper diet." Hey, lions, what do you think of Christians? They're great. Who knew? Genocide is just a cultural norm. So I guess calling someone a Nazi is a compliment now? It's going to change the meaning of a lot of tweets. Coca-Cola is rebranding Vanilla Coke as Vanilla Coke Zero, the less white Coke. I don't know what Coca-Cola is so self-conscious about. It's always been the best tasting black beverage on the market. I mean, isn't that something to be proud of? The one good thing that has come out of this, finally the cola wars have ended since Coke and Pepsi are united against the white man. However, the presidents of both companies, white men ironically, have expressed concern. We didn't mean for it to go this far unless we get to keep our jobs. Is that, we get it? Okay. Coca-Cola will no longer be using the white polar bears in their ads because we all know polar bears are racist. We've always known far-left progressives were crazy. We just didn't know corporate America was crazy. Now you have to worry about food and beverages being racist? Remember the days when you could drop soy sauce in someone's Coke and it wasn't considered a racially motivated prank? How do we interpret race and food? Coca-Cola's a black drink. Is it black American? Soy sauce is also black. Is it black Asian? Can you say black Asian? Is that allowed? Are Frosted Flakes and Fruit Loops offensive to insane people? Do insane people know when they're being insulted? That's actually the wrong question. The question is, what doesn't offend insane people? Woke culture is insane. Remember, woke is an acronym for we obviously know everything. Can I self-identify as Chinese? Because I like their food. Did I just accidentally say something racist? Can you say of another group's food, I like their food? Is the word "their" racist like the term "those people" is? You can self-identify as other sexes, so why can't you self-identify as other races? I mean, was the young woman from Norway who self-identified as a cat that crazy? Do you people who promote critical race theory understand how you're not helpful at all? Let's take critical race theory and apply it to real-world issues. Even though football season is over, let's pause for a second of silence. Questions remain about how legitimate it was for someone with such privilege as Tom Brady to win his 7th Super Bowl title. So today we're going to apply critical race theory to the NFL for the sake of social justice. Notice I didn't say fairness because that's not what social justice is about. In CRT, that's critical race theory, you are judged by your race alone. And in the NFL, that means black guys are really good football players. They dominate the league in positions across the board. Something needs to be done about this to bring social justice to the NFL. Social justice is about equity of outcomes. This means that the NFL needs to reduce the number of black players and play other players of color. How come there are no Asian football players? I'll tell you why. Because they're short and they don't run fast. But that's not the issue. Oh, sure, you might blame it on the fact that they're not big and fast, but that's only if you care about justice. We care about social justice, not equal rights, but equal outcomes. The number of pro football players should be the same for every race. Yes, even the ones who aren't good at football. What, you think this should be based on merit? Meritocracy, I can't say it. Meritocracy is racist. And if I was judged upon whether I was able to speak or not to do this show, I wouldn't get the job. Thankfully, critical race theory applies right here on the Protest Show. Unequal outcomes are the result of racial oppression. Where does this racial oppression in the NFL come from? We know from CRT that all blacks are oppressed and all whites are oppressors. This is systemic. This means that the white owners of the NFL teams have oppressed black players by giving them jobs as pro football players. Somehow these white owners have undermined themselves by giving most jobs to black players. But now that blacks dominate, they are overrepresented, and this must be remedied. It's because these white owners don't care about social justice. They just care about winning. Again, the idea that you achieve success through merit and talent is racist. If the NFL wants to reduce its implicit bias, it must stop giving black players jobs based upon their abilities alone. Are pygmies not people of color? If the NFL continues to advance only the best players, then Azubenga will never realize his dream of playing outside linebacker. The NFL needs to be humanized. Stop playing these giants. These are not natural men. These are freaks of nature and therefore not representative of normal men whose average height is Drew Brees. And the only reason he got to play is because he's white. The point is, giants are not natural. And it's just cultural appropriation for New York to call its team the Giants. Even though we're against giving all good jobs in pro football to these unnatural freaks of nature, we still don't want to see anyone's culture appropriated. Not even 6'8", 320-pound freaky giants. Now, the only thing that can explain Tom Brady's winning record and longevity in the NFL is that he is AI, artificial intelligence. Tom is a technologically advanced robot, and his record should be expunged. Because if there's one group of humans we can all agree to hate, it's those robots. I'm Thor Ramsey. This is The Protest Show.